Being loud is one thing. Being quiet is another. Most people wonder which is better. And some say they don't know. But you ever thought about what people do when they don't do what they're supposed to do and they should do what they should do when they don't do what they should do? That's called collect and neglect. Most people in the world today neglect on everything they do in life because they don't have the rights to answer the questions that they want to give. And when you don't do that, you find yourself slack on every part of life. It's like this, it's like that. It's like your parents, it's like your friends, your co-workers. You know, the world is changing though. Everybody wants something new, and everybody think new is new. Well, new has never been new because it's still old. You know the old songs that what goes around comes around? A lot of things come around more times than once, and we don't even realize it. But yet we sit back and we think about what we're gonna do next. Well, what are you gonna do next? Are you gonna reap what you sow? Are you gonna cry about what you didn't reap? What are you gonna do? What changes people's lives when they get older? What changes their life when they get younger? What changes their life when they go through a trial or tribulation? Do they remember how hard it was to go through it, or do they think it's just easy and it was just a just a, oh just a fright? That's what most people think. It's a fright, and it'll pass by. Well, every month we go by something different. Every world we go through, which nobody goes through the world, not even the astronaut. But every life we go through is a challenge. Every year you're born and every year you get older is a challenge. It's like combing your hair. You don't comb it the same way. You wake up tomorrow, you comb it different. Your parents, they're not the same. You think they're the same. They're never the same. You complain. Well, I wish my parent was this. I wish my parent was that. I wish my parent didn't do this or didn't do that. That's what you say a lot of times. You never say, wow, what they did, they accomplished. No, you don't do that. You have a bad way of saying, what if? Or why couldn't they? Or why shouldn't they? Well, I don't know. Sometimes you might need to say to yourself, I wonder what would happen if I'd have been there. Or I'd have been right beside them. Could I change their ways? Yeah. That means that you would have to change their ways within spirit, not body and soul, but spirit, because there's no way both of y'all could have been at the same time unless you're in spirit. Yeah, we do. What do we believe? What do you believe? You believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, no one else takes advantage of that belief but you. You have authority to tell people what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. But see, we have a problem with that because we don't do that. We never open our mouths when we're supposed to. We open our mouth when we shouldn't. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to say what I want to say and do what I want to say when I want to do it. If we do that, John Lennon and a whole lot of previous singers have seen way before him, even Chestnut. Why can't we just get along? Well, we can't get along because no one wants to agree with the same answer. Everybody have an answer, but no one has the solution of the problem. Once you find the solution of the problem, then you have an answer. You can modify it, you can percept it, or you can decept it, or you can prospect it, or you can desprect it. It doesn't really matter. And it doesn't matter what language you speak. A wrong is a wrong, and a right is right, and correction is correction. You say, wow, yeah. So no, we didn't have to go to the Bible. We didn't have to go to the Tower of Babylon, where everybody had a different voice and didn't know what to do, didn't know how to say. So as the good book said, they got destroyed. How did they get destroyed? They got destroyed because they didn't know what they were doing. So it sent them to another foreign place. And then once again, they started all over again. Well, what did you speak? Spanish? What you speak? German? What you speaking? English? Speaking Hebrew? What do you think? Israel? Islam? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it was never attempted that. It was attempted that we all came on this earth. I wouldn't say the same time, but we all came on this earth, and we all came for that purpose. That purpose was to maintain a good relationship with each other. Did we do that? I don't think so. I think we messed up. I think we did something that we should have done. And we should have corrected. We didn't correct it because I'm not going to blame nobody for our own mistakes. Blame yourself. See, that's the problem again. See, we got a bad problem all the time when we want to blame somebody else for our mistake. Quit blaming people for your own mistake. Blame yourself for your mistake. Quit blaming people for your problem. Blame yourself for your problem. You know, if everybody was to blame themselves for their problem, they're probably a better place and probably a safe place to blame your own problem. But no, we don't do that, you see, because now our pride is felt to be upon us. And now we drop lower than what? You know, even the preachers and the pastors and deacons and everybody that's, you know, bishops and everybody. If you drop your faith and you say, I made a mistake, oh, you're not a man anymore. Or you're not a woman. You know Mother Teresa anymore. You just lost your whole identity of what you thought you were and what you believe. Well, that's what the world's about. We believe in a whole lot of stuff. We just have to know how to change it. And when we don't know how to change it, we screw it up. We screw it up every time every time we go out there and try to build it on our own, we screw it up. So I said, Father, help me get through this next day or help me get through the next situation. And we're gonna say, oh, I got this. Oh, you got it, all right. Yeah, you got it. You got it. That's why you're doing it over again and again and again and again. Because you didn't get it right the first time? Yeah, and that's why you do it again. And then at the end of the day, you like them doctors that most people know. Well, we did all we can do. Got to pray about it. Well, my philosophy, if you'd have prayed about it before you messed it up, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in now. You'd be doing something different. Oh yeah, you'd be doing something entirely different and making a boo-boo out of yourself. Because that's what you did. You made a mockery. Mockery, yes, you did. You made a big mockery out of yourself because you, my friend, screwed it up. You said, wow. Yeah, that's what I say. Wow. You have children, if they ain't, if you have, I'm just being frank. Well, take your shoes off if you like. But if you have children and they screw it up, you screwed them up. So don't blame the children. Don't blame the children for the white ways. They married 5 times, 6 times, 25 kids. Zero ain't on the kids there, but no, don't blame the kids. Blame yourself. Blame yourself for how you didn't jump in the situation, not why. Because if you'd have jumped in the situation, you might could have prevented some of the situation that occurred. And when you didn't, and when you don't, what you do, everyone's out there who's running around with one sock on and a different color punky rooster, then it's still your fault. Yeah, your fault. And then the kids grow up and have kids, and it's their fault. Because what they didn't learn it, and they taught it onto their children. And it goes on and on and on until someone stops the buck. Till someone says, you know what? You've been doing this the same way all the time. It's time to do it this way. And it's gonna cost you. Oh yeah. It's gonna cost you, it's gonna cost you to lay down your life for that individual that you want to talk to and you want to say you're doing the wrong thing. That's what it costs you. It costs you respect. It costs you patience. It costs you kindness. It costs you revenge. It costs you the luxury of taking it easy. It costs all of things. But guess what? If you get it off your chest, as the capitalists say, if you get it off your chest, you'll feel better the next day. Because if you don't, it will linger and linger in your heart, and it'll be there till the next day. So you say, I love my brother. I love my brother. I love my sister. I love my father. I love my whoever you love. Well, you better define that love because that love is so easy. You can say I love my cat too. I don't even have one. You can say I love my dog. So to sit back and believe If you're in love, what are you in love with? Yourself? That can happen. I'm knowing people in love with themselves. Sometimes you don't have to be in love with someone else as long as you're in love with yourself. Because self is self-worn. And if you love self, no one's gonna can blame you for loving self. Because you're gonna take care of self. See the difference? Now if you love someone else, how deep is your love, as one of the Beatles was saying? If you take care of yourself, is it love? Or is it unofficial? Or is it fake? Or what? Or what? Or is it mature? And if mature, that means it's gonna be there forever. As Pastor Klein says, you make it, you sit back and do everything you can for that man. I say for that woman as well, because both of them out there, and then they turn around and leave you. What have you done? What has just happened? The faithful left. Not on the faithful left, your faith has left behind them. And now you don't know what to do until you change your mind and say, I can do different. I can be different. I've learned from the first time. I've learned from the last time. So it's a learning experience. And we all go through it. I don't know anyone don't go through it. I do not know anyone who who did not go through something in life. Okay? Even the Queen had to go through something. She didn't marry the prince and then and got those kids. No. She had to go through something. That's what happened, my friends. We go through life. And once again, it ain't how we go through life. It's how we perceive life. And the question was how you perceive the question. And if you act correctly, you will get a correct answer. There's no answer. There's no. I don't see what y'all fail to realize and fail to remember. And I'll tell you that there is nothing that can't be answered. Okay, nothing. If someone throws you a question, there is an answer to that question. If you remember that, you'll be greatly rewarded. There is no question that can't be answered. Now, who can answer it? That's a different story. We don't have no scientists of scientists, but we have some pretty smart people running around here that they can give you a pretty good close idea. And they had to be here. You think Plato just walked on this earth? No. Moses walked on earth? No. Solomon? No. Somebody? Methuselah? No. You can't touch them. But you can sure touch their minds. And that's where we go. That's where we go in. That's where we come in, touching minds and souls and giving out answers that no one else wants to answer. No one else want to give a question to an answer. But they can. It's the delivery is great. The rewards is great. The attitude is great. So if you give an answer that's correctly, more people want to know the answer. And more people gonna come in and talk to you. That's just that simple. If you don't know the answer, then you don't worry about it. If it doesn't sound legit, you don't worry about it. Because no one else is going to worry about it. And therefore, you have nobody else to quality be around because nobody else cares. So, once again, life is a mystery. Whether you're in China or Japan, or whether you're in Russia or England, don't matter. Hawaii, don't matter. North Carolina, don't matter. South Carolina, don't matter. Virginia, don't matter. And here's another thing that people fail to realize. As an individual, whether you like it or not, just like my hands here. One looks brown, one looks white, whatever. You can call it cream, whatever you want to call it. It ain't brown. There's always someone else in this world look like you. And if they look like you, that means pretty much more they could be your relative. So don't always sit back and say, man, I know all my. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you knew all of them, if you knew all of them, you wouldn't say you knew all of them. Because then you have to go way back in your ancestors' history and say, who was my father before that father? And where did that father come from? Did he come from Ireland? Or did he come from way out? Where? So there's a stipulation to the question, and there's an answer to that question. And you wonder why you're upset. You wonder why Johnny the Redhead is mad and Johnny the Greenhead is Irish. There's no need to get upset. We did that. We find ourselves upset all the time in situations we have no control over. So my advice, once again, if you have no control, and if you are not involved, and if it's not your concern, stay away from the problem itself. You'll be a better man and a happier woman. Bottom line. To stay together, be together, and pray together. You get a good understanding of that. Love thy neighbor as you love thyself. If your neighbor ain't a crackhead, leave him alone. I mean, there's more than one neighbor. So kiss your children. Good night. Kiss your parents. Good night. If they're still around. Because tomorrow, they'll show up. So when we say life is short, yeah, it's short. It's short as you want it to be. It's short as you want it to be, but longer than you think you can have. How about that? Everybody has the same or more or less dictatorial system to go through. The angle of reality to go through. Everybody has it. Now, everybody doesn't use it, but everybody has it. That's something that you can think about when you say, well, I ain't got no talent. You got talent. You just haven't used it. Or you don't know how to use it. You take a gas out came off the floor, you ever tried? Nobody came off. Well, here, let me show you how to do it. Once again, I said it again, I said it last time. It ain't what question you ask. It is how you ask questions. And what are your fulfilled willingness to do about the question that you ask. And then the truck driver, you ain't never drive a truck, you wouldn't learn how to drive. Your luck is better than these guys that say, I don't know how to drive, but gets in and corrects. Mutiny is a fun thing when you want to mute. But why mute when you why would you want to mute when you got everything in your hand? Well, young folks told me one because I want to space. I want to try something new. Okay, well you can try something new for them. You feed the hog. Go feed go feed the dogs. Go feed the horses. That's new. Oh no, that's different. What's different? You said you want to change environment. Do you really want to change the environment? That's the question you ask yourself. Do I really want to change the environment, or am I putting somebody's leg? Because if you put somebody's leg, they know. Because what happened, what you thought about, it doesn't change. So, with that in mind, the weather looks like in between rain, sleet, and hell. South Carolina, we get the probably get the hair from the mountains or the snowbank. But that's okay because someone likes it and someone don't. And the water and the soil just keep going. A C A C A C A C A C D E F G H I J K L M N P. But like I said, we need to find ourselves togetherness and colloquy and stop beating everybody else up. Because you know what? I wouldn't want no one else land outside the United States. Oh no, man, he didn't say that. No, no. Like I said, I won't. Yeah. Does the universe mean to? What are you gonna do when you get there? What you do? What are you? Are you gonna minister to someone? What are you gonna do if it's meant for you to go there and perform? For whatever the case may be, that can happen. But if it didn't meant to go there, you have problems again. So 23rd of March. It's a good year. Not because my anniversary, but it's a good year. Happy anniversary to me. Wish a lot of other people got anniversary birthdays, but me, I have an anniversary. Mm-hmm. Well, meditation is good for you. Gives you the opportunity to think. And if we all had a time to think, if we all had a chance to meditate, we wouldn't be in the situation and doing things so quickly than we do. So in your sweet time, take time out to take a nap or meditate. And then you'll feel fresher and better. I will guarantee you. So with this in mind, this is Big Earl saying, Serenata, so long. Auf Wiedersehen. Adios. Y de mona menos quiero. Share the man about Lulu. Not a rhythm in the room. Arrivederci. Until the next time. To manamana maru. To manana to boo. To boo doo boo doo. To boo.